Hey Facebook, what's going on? This is Clarence with Genderswag, Genderswag Equality, and Genderswag Media LLC. For those of you who are not in the know, Genderswag is a new nonprofit and a related media LLC. Oh, Lord, what's going on with my lights? Um, I wanted to get online today because I am in the middle of making some things happen. I'm so excited about what's going on with Gender Swag, and I also wanted to make sure that I keep a real strong social media presence because aside from the good stuff that's happening with Gender Swag, there's a lot of pain. I mean, for me, being a volunteer at the level that I've been at, with putting myself out there for people to approach, respectfully in regards to addiction recovery and suicidal depression, things that I have had to deal with and have had a handle, was able to control my addiction and get it removed and deal with it, my depression through psychotherapy and all that stuff. There's just so much pain going on right now in the world, that it is necessary for people who do the kind of stuff that I do, even on the grassroots level, like what I've been doing, to amp it up as much as possible. Because, I'm getting calls from people who are crying tears. I mean, they've got tears and the stuff that's going on most recently in Buffalo and in Texas with the babies at the Robb Elementary School is hitting folk really hard, as it should. And I just want to be able to get online and kind of say to people out there who are feeling lost and all that stuff and who feel like the world is definitely coming to an end, because these are the things that I'm hearing in conversation with folk when they call my number. I was on the phone last night with a couple of people who called individually, and we ended up chatting for quite a bit each phone call, and things pile up on folk, and you'd be surprised how affected you can be by everyday stuff, and then stuff like Will Smith slapping Chris Rock in the at the Oscars. Things just like that just kind of pile up in our psyche, and a lot of people just don't know where to put all that. And as Gender Swag and the CEO, my job, my mission work is to be of support. Because when I was going through my crisis, I really didn't have anyone. I wasn't as close to God as I am now, and being able to, to get that support. My faith delivered me from my addiction of 30 years. I was a stone cold alcoholic, functioning alcoholic for over 30 years. And, I went to Christ, and it was just gone. It was just gone. Okay, so what I want to say is, hang in there, be able to tap in. There is a lot of life that's here for you to tap into. Gender Swag and what I've been doing for the last 9 years, I'm ready to take things to the next level. I'm ready to, start the magazine, get the art store going, relaunch the concert series. I had so much groundwork over the last 8 or 9 years with Gender Swag, and now's the time for me to amp things up so that the light, that is within my community, Gender Swag, Love Beyond Labels. And by the way, I want to just quickly say, Love Beyond Labels is the evolution of the mission statement mindset. And when we first started Gender Swag, it was I'm okay with me, so I don't mind you, which was pretty apropos back then. But what I've grown into, and we all should be in a forward growing motion with our spirits and our emotion. My God, our God is a God of motion. Things move forward in faith. So it's led me to understand, according to my answer to my prayers and my meditations, which I do daily, I received a message from the celestial realms that, leave your labels behind. When we transition and when we are viewed by heaven, we are not viewed by our earthly labels. God specifically said to me, I don't see you as a black anything, a black man, a gay man, a gay. He says, I see you as my son. And when I look at you, I look right into your heart and I see what's going on with my son from the heart perspective. Everything comes from how you react, from your emotions, from what's in your heart, right? And so that's where Love Beyond Labels is all about. People are like, what does that mean? It sounds good. It, even feels good. But okay, so there you go. Guys, we are doing our fundraiser. It's a small amount of money from a corporate perspective, but for me, it is what I need to take things to the next level. It's a 5K goal to keep things going as is, operationally speaking, but also at the same time to set myself up financially with the media LLC portion of Genderswag to be able to cover myself independently in addition to whatever comes out of the nonprofit. Does that make sense? So, for example, the magazine is a huge, huge thing because we'll have sponsors. I have Genderswag set up with people who are actively involved in their own treatment, people who are in rehabilitation programs, going to programs as an outpatient at a hospital for drug and substance abuse, who are actively in psychotherapy programs, things like that. I even have a special goal with St. Jude. Um, they're just the organization that I've known in my heart, and what they do for these children with cancer and their families for free is something that has influenced me my whole entire life since Danny Thomas was alive, the founder of that movement. I've always wanted to emulate him, and what he did started with St. Jude. So I want Genderswag to be like that. I want to be able to take the artwork. I have an incredible pet magic collection with the fur babies, the mascots that have been delivered as gifts to me over the last 8 or 9 years. I want to make toys out of them. We have T-shirts. We have all kinds of things. So I want to be able to be Santa Claus all year round for folk who need it most, who are, crawling through glass the way that I did physically and spiritually to be able to get a life again and have a life that I could be in sync with and have purpose and be clear. Clear. Clarity is so important when it comes to recovery, and sobriety is what I'm talking about. You need that clarity in order to maneuver through the ups and downs. So, I could go on about it. This is my passion. Those of you who have followed me in some way, shape, or form, you've seen me do this every day on some level as an outreach. And now I'm going back in. I used to have a really great TV video show that some people have been on, blessed me with their presence. I miss all that, but I need that money to make it happen so that it doesn't go away again the way that it had to in the past because of the ups and downs with my financial situation. So that's what the .org is about. Genderswag is a nonprofit here in New York City. I'm in Brooklyn. We got to find us a building now. We got to get a vehicle. We've got to go where the mission takes us. I want to be able to put all of the gifts, the hats, the bags, the spirit journals with the covers that I design, the T-shirts, and hopefully the toys. I got to find a toy maker. I just got this vision for what my mission from God can do and can mean, and we need that help. I'm going to register this fundraiser today with Facebook so that y'all know that this is not any kind of scam. I'm very transparent, even though I'm wearing sunglasses inside my house. I'm very transparent when it comes to the money. I don't believe in. Uh, I have a problem with begging for money. Period. I mean, when you go through a 30-year addiction, I was a functioning alcoholic, and I held my own for as long as I could. You still have PTSD about things like financial setbacks and stuff. I don't want to ask nobody for nothing. And a lot of that has hurt my mission in a way because people don't believe what they don't see. And so when I have people calling me at 3, 4, or 5 in the morning and they're ready to end their lives, and I'm getting emails and stuff, I don't throw that back out at the public because that to me is a one-on-one. That's like somebody going into a confession booth at church. And I don't want to be the one that capitalizes on their pain and saying, well, I spoke to so and so last night and this is what we talked about, even in an anonymous. So so I haven't put it all out there, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, he ain't doing nothing, or he's just taking whatever he gets." Look, I am coming off a SSI income from being disabled, okay, for a very long time. Pancreatitis. I survived a heart attack in 2013, and I also have type 2 diabetes. Right now, I'm dealing with a gout issue. I mean, but this is not stopping me. I still take what income I get each month, and it's not a lot, and I throw it out there. I buy a couple of t-shirts. I have a list as long as and I go off that list and I say, hey, I got something for you. I got something that I know will cheer them up and keep them going, keep them locked into their treatment programs. People get thrown away. This is where the world is at its worst right now. That 18-year-old gunman, those 18-year-old gunmen, because in Buffalo there was an 18-year-old gunman there. To me, somebody who's going on 60, that's a baby, yo. 18 years old with an assault rifle. First of all, that shit with how an 18-year-old would be able to purchase such a weapon is beyond me. I just saw today, no, yesterday on YouTube and today, parents from the Sandy Hook massacre. And there is a bill that is being presented to Congress where they're trying to make it illegal for an assault rifle to be purchased. What? WTF? I didn't know that it was not illegal. I thought these people were getting these things off the black market. You know what? And then everybody gets a bug up their bonnet when you say that 18-year-old is just as much of a victim as the martyrs, the babies, the people who lost their lives, because this stuff is a process. And when you are sitting where I sit, where you deal with people's pain on the regular, in addition to dealing with your own, and you do what you can to help folk, it levels things out for me. And I see the merry-go-round of the hate, broken people, people hurt, hurt people. I was a throwaway in a lot of ways with family stuff because of who I am and my truth and this and that. I used to cross dress and do drag, and I looked fabulous and felt fabulous. But imagine a Black Baptist family who really is all about the hats and stuff and the lingo with church, but when they're faced with owning up to a child who doesn't fit in with that, it's very easy for people to turn their backs and throw you away and be all of a sudden you become a distant cousin in your immediate family in regards to the communication and all of that stuff. And it just gets really hard to survive really fast. And I want Gender Swag to make a difference. I know I'm going off on a tangent, but yo, it's just it's Memorial Day weekend, and then we got all this stuff that we have to throw in, or we should be throwing in, to the meaning behind this holiday, which is meant to commemorate people who have stood up for freedom and gave their lives. And if they didn't give their lives on the battlefield, they gave their lives fighting and are still fighting that war from PTSD and all this stuff. And we got to throw these the kids in Robb Elementary in there. We got to throw in the Buffalo victims in there, because you know what? It's all part of the same war. This is a spiritual battle. Everybody is so uptight about mental health, mental health. You know what? There's a fine line between mental health and spiritual possession. I'm sorry, but it's so true. Nobody wants to talk about it on that level. Nobody wants to get down with the fact that an 18-year-old was led to do this by the evil in the world. Okay? It's easy to write that 18-year-old off as a, I don't know, people are just like, I don't want to hear it about the mental health. No, no, no. And look, we gotta open ourselves up. We gotta get a broader perspective. These labels that we put on ourselves. Okay, quick example, and then I'm done. One thing that I let go of, according to God, let go of your labels, was the fact that I am labeled in the world as a black man. Okay, what's wrong with that? I'm an artist. Take a look at my work here, right? I know how to use color. I am not black. I'm not black. Black. I have a real cute cocoa brownness going on with me. And for years there was all this authority placed on black man as a label in this world. And I was just like, you know what? I'm letting that go, because it's not going to mean a hill of beans when I transition, and I know better because I already stepped my toe on the other side when I survived that heart attack. So there's a lot we got to chat about, y'all. Gender Swag has a radio show with 3 shows waiting to go live. We have a magazine. Thank you, Joey Arias, for allowing yourself and your story of recovery. Joey Arias is a huge legend, performer, singer, just a real genius in my book, who has granted me access to his story. And that's what the magazine is about. It's about recovery and testimony and wellness and all these really great things. $5,000 ain't shit when it comes to what we really need to do over a period of time to make a lot of things happen. But I need that 5 grand to get in a better position to get the corporate people on board with Gender Swag. So there it is. You can also go to any of my online shops and purchase some of the stuff. You can get a t-shirt, you can get a hat, you can get a bag. Everything you buy there goes right back in the kitty. Gender Swag. So come at me if you got questions. Don't write us off and say, oh, people are just so cold blooded. They see me out here every day online doing stuff. And then when I ask for something like this, it's because I really need it to move forward. And I get the cold shoulder. That really hurts, y'all. I'm going to tell you straight up. I know times are hard, but like I said, I have been doing incredible things through my faith out of my own pocket for almost 10 years with my mission work. And people be throwing down money on Netflix and Amazon Prime. I got that stuff too, y'all. Netflix and Amazon Prime and this and that. But they don't want to give me a dollar and they are looking at my mission work every day and giving me likes and thumbs ups and this and that. I'm like, okay, I get it, y'all, but y'all ain't buying nothing. And here's a brown skin, formerly gay. I don't even subscribe to gay anymore. I mean, it's fabulous. Judy Garland, Rainbow Bridge. I understand all that and where it came from. But you know what? I have evolved beyond that. I see a lot of the machinery behind these labels, and gay is something that has really, in my history, as a volunteer person, trying to talk people off the ledge from being abused every day at school or in their families or both because of the word gay attached to them as a label. Do you understand what I'm saying? No, we got to go beyond these labels. These people are suffering because of their labels. They're not even being allowed to be viewed as living, breathing human beings. They're just gay. Okay? And that gives people a license to ill and to treat them less than. We all know what that shit is about. Black people, the word black. Come on, y'all. We talking about a lot of shit with labels. Gender swag is love beyond labels. If you want to know where I'm going, just knock on the door. Throw me a coin if you can. I got a PayPal right now. PayPal, what is it? PayPal.me/ Genderswag Media. But again, Facebook is working with me. They're going to set me up with this fundraiser, and we're going to try to get it done with their help and not go outside of their thing. So that's all I got to say. I love you guys for not tuning me out. And look, whatever you do, wherever you go this weekend, I'm saying this from the bottom of my heart. Be aware of your surroundings. Pray, 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 pray. And prayer is the only thing I'm telling you right now that works for me. Pray for your safe return. Pray for the safe return of your family, your loved ones, your kids, your partners, your this. Let God shine a light on you so that when you are out there living your life and enjoying your holiday, whatever it is, that you got some sort of backup from above. Because I'm telling you right now, we all need to be that in that frame of mind. Okay? Love you guys. You know where to find me. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.